Hey, what's up, everybody? Coming to you right before I head off on vacation, but I still have a little more work to do. So, I know a lot of you guys have reached out to me, distraught, talking about still the results of the election. The results are coming in, by the way, and Donald Trump got less than 50% of the popular vote, and he got the lowest margin for a popular vote in decades, decades. So any talk about this being a mandate is just ridiculous. So that's number one. Understand that. Check the numbers. You'll see they're still being updated actually as the votes are being counted. He barely won the popular vote. Understand that. The second thing is the purpose of propaganda, the purpose of Russian disinformation, which was key to Donald Trump's victory. It was key to his election in 2016, key to his close call in 2020, and then key to his election here, thanks to the support of social media like Facebook, TikTok, and of course, X, Twitter, Elon Musk, not to mention other bad players in the space. But the thing that I know about Russian disinformation is that it was very active. There was an avalanche of it in the last few days of the election. It was targeted to males and young people, and it was effective. The second thing I know about Russian disinformation is the mission of it is to demoralize those people who understand what democracy is and to have us be so frustrated that we disengage. So for all of you folks who have been emailing me and talking to me about the how bad it is, that's okay. You're just venting, it's no problem. But you cannot give up. You have to keep fighting. Your fight is worth more now than it was before the election, believe it or not. So giving up is not an option. Ukraine has taught us that. When guys who lose a limb go back to the front lines to fight, then we should be inspired to continue the fight on our end. Take care of yourself, rest up, take care of your mental sanity. I liken it to on the airline when they're telling you the safety precautions. You put your mask on first, then you put your mask on a child or whoever's with you. You've got to do that. You got to take care of yourself first so you can help take care of others. That's why I'm going on vacation. But I'm still going to be working. Let me tell you an interesting post I saw from someone, the daughter of MLK and Coretta Scott King, posted this advice for people who want to, well, for those of us who are still in the fight and are going to hold the line against autocracy. She said, number one, don't use his name. 45 will do. I think you know who I'm talking about. I've already used his name, but all right, I broke that rule. I don't know how important that is. But remember, it's a regime, not one person. There's no need arguing with those who support him. It doesn't work. She's right about that. You're just wasting your energy. Don't argue. Lay your points out and leave them alone. Talk to people who listen, who are not ideologues, who are not dogmatic, who are not in the cult. If they're in the cult, they've already drank the Kool-Aid. It's too late. It's going to be some hardcore therapy where they're going to have to hit bottom before they come out. We all know people like that. Um, keep your messages positive. They want the country to be angry and fearful. I agree with that. Hence this video. No more helpless, hopeless talk. I agree with that as well. We are not helpless. We are not hopeless. We live in a democracy still. Therefore, we have tools to fight back. Support artists and the arts. I could not agree more. I have found in my travel in places of political conflict, in particular, that art and artists are so important that we must rally around them because they are rallying us. Be careful not to spread fake news. Check it. That is extremely important. You lose credibility when you do that. It doesn't matter what the fake news says. Even if it is probably you would share it if it matched what you want to believe. But it's very important that we don't do what those guys are done, which is they don't care about facts anymore. Only their narrative. We still care about facts. You must still care about facts. Facts are everything. So check it. It doesn't take long to check something out. Take care of yourself. I agree. I just said that. I'm going on vacation. And resist. She's right. Resist. Don't give in. Resist. If you're angry, I understand it. I'm angry too. If you're sad, I understand it. I'm sad too. But I'm not defeated. I'm not defeated because I'm inspired, because I've seen places that have gone through so much worse than what we're about to go through. Hopefully. Now, we don't know what the future holds. I am still hoping for the best. I'm still rooting for whoever's president to do the right thing for all of us. But I know that that's not going to happen because I'm a realist as well. But I'm still hoping for it. Still thinking maybe there's some way. Of course, the cabinet picks that you guys have seen paint a very different picture. People like Matt Gaetz for Attorney General. They're trying to hide the investigation into his alleged pedophilia. That doesn't sound very promising, does it? What about Pete Hegseth? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but a Fox News personality for Secretary of Defense? Sounds like to me, this man is not qualified. I know he ran a platoon. You know how many people ran a platoon? Based on that, thousands of people are qualified. This is one of the most important positions in government, especially right now. What about Tulsi Gabbard, Director of National Intelligence, and all her disturbing connections to Russia and her disturbing support of Russia? How does that make sense? And then, of course, the ultimate troll of trolls, RFK Jr. for Secretary of Health. The Looney Tune, worm in the brain, vaccines don't work, killed a bunch of people in Samoa because he spread anti-vax disinformation there and he killed some kids. That blood is on his hands. We can't have this, right? Well, there are more, but these are my top 4 that I object to. There are more, for sure. But this is what this guy, 45, does. He trolls you, he gaslights, and some of these are serious. He wants them to come through. And so what they're trying to do is get them through on what is called a recess appointment when they don't have to get approval of everyone. So what we need to do, especially those of us who live in states represented by Republicans, because they control the House and the Senate right now. But everybody, regardless of who your representative is, you need to call them and object to these one by one or at one phone call. So I thought what I would do at the end of this video is just call mine. Now, I live in New York, but I have land in Tennessee. You guys know that in New York, I'm kind of preaching to the choir. In Tennessee, I'm preaching to people who unfortunately don't seem to value democracy the way that I do. So I want to pressure them to do so. So I'm going to call Bill Haggerty. I'm going to start with him, and I'm going to call his office live right here for you guys to hear and just tell them that I object to these appointments. Let's see how it goes. So the first step I did is to find out who your representative is. Go to senate.gov. You can pick states and you can see who your senators are. I have 2, Bill Haggerty and Marsha Blackburn. I'm sorry, I always make fun of her accent, but she's one of my least favorite people in the world. But I'm going to be polite. This is Bill Haggerty's office.
Senator Haggerty's office.
Hello, yes, my name is Robert Rose, and I am a constituent, and I was wondering if I could leave a comment about the cabinet picks from
Absolutely. Could you give me your zip code and phone number?
Yes.
All right, sir. And you said you wanted to leave a comment about the cabinet picks?
I did. Should I do it? I've got 4 major objections. Should I leave them all at once or one at a time, or?
It's up to you, sir.
Well, I just want to make sure they each get recorded. So the first one is Matt Gaetz, Attorney General, who's accused of sexual crimes. I don't think that's appropriate.
All right, Matt Gates, and you said you had three others.
Yeah, Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense. I don't feel he's qualified in our current situation with Russia and China.
All right. So Matt Gates, Pete Hegseth,
Tulsi Gabbard.
Tulsi Gabbard.
Yes, she's a Russian asset. And Director of National Intelligence. That's insulting to my intelligence. And then RFK Jr., the great vaccine denier, killed people in American Samoa with his vaccine myths.
All right, sir. I've got down the four picks that you disagree with, and that you would like that to be brought to the attention of Senator Haggerty and our staff.
Yes,
If you would like, I could request a written response.
that would be
to you.
great. That would be great. Thank you.
All right, sir. I will make sure your concerns get passed along. I will request a written response for you, and I will make sure our staff and the senator are aware of your current concerns that you have.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Have a good day.
You too. Bye bye. What good did I just do? I don't know. But I know if a bunch of us call, it does do good. I know this from my work in advocating for Ukraine. So I'm going to repeat that same kind of call to Marsha Blackburn's office and Scott Desjardins. He's my representative. So again, to find out who your senator is, go to senate.gov, pick and click on states. And for the House, for your representative, go to house.gov, and then you can find your representative there. That's the best way we can help right now, is to rise up and to let people know. Don't 45 did not win the popular vote by much, and he did not get over 50%. So if everyone who voted against him or did not vote, shame on you. But if you didn't vote, call now. Or if you voted for him and you have buyer's remorse, which I don't think anybody's watching this did, but if you did, whew, what were you thinking, man? But this is how you can salvage a little bit, maybe. Look, it's a lot easier to maintain your rights than it is to regain your rights. It's like working out. It's easier to stay fit than it is to get fit. So now we have our rights, we have to keep them, right? So this is very, very important. I will post this video. Please feel free to share to anybody you think this is helpful to. And remember all the advice that was given. And yeah, hang in there. Stay strong, guys. We're going to win.